Hello and welcome back to another video. In this one we're going to go over which accessories you should be running on your infantry, archers and cavalry marchers to get the best results in the field. We're going to cover the very first budget options you should craft, what you can make pre-season of conquest and what will carry you through to the late game, and then the very best meta options for your marchers once you have all of the blueprints available to you. So before we get into it, be sure to drop a like if you get value from it and subscribe if you want to see more. This could be a very long one, so strap in, grab your popcorn, and I'll put time stamps in so you can see what you want to see. Without further ado, let's get started. You might think that you need both your accessory slots filled with legendary accessories, but this really isn't the case. Especially if you're in the early game and you aren't a massive spender, legendary accessories are very expensive, costing between 100 and 120 legendary materials for one. That means that for the cost of 2 accessories, you can build 4/5 of a full legendary set, and that means 6 pieces being legendary will be far more impactful for your reports than a couple of accessories. So, what can you run in those 2 slots that won't break the bank? Fall of the Loyal is a blue accessory that you can get from the Lost Canyon shop every KVK. It gives you 5% march speed and it is so cheap to craft. You can easily stick this on a march in KVK 1 and it will be especially effective on your slow infantry and archer marches. I would definitely recommend this for the early game. Iron Scars is very similar. It is 8% march speed and this time specifically for infantry though. However, it is purple and therefore more expensive to craft, but you can dismantle it for a full refund when you upgrade it. This is really good for those slow infantry marches to keep up with the bullfighting. Ancient Stratagems giving 3% unit capacity is not to be overlooked. More units on the field means more damage and therefore better reports. As well as this, it can also be dismantled for a full refund when you upgrade to the next tier. Elaine's Amulet reduces the counter attack you take by 5%. Whilst only a small mitigation, it still reduces the damage you take. This could be especially effective on a siege march where most of the damage you take is counter attack if you use it effectively. The last purple I'm going to suggest is Silent Trial. This is by far the best of the lot, reducing 10 rage with every basic attack. If you have a combo cav march, putting this on it is so effective at reducing the rate your opponents can cast skills in the field. This one is absolutely brilliant to craft. The next section I want to talk about is pre-season of conquest accessories. If you didn't know, you can dismantle most equipment for a full refund unless it is legendary. This means that it is incredibly expensive to craft the wrong pieces of legendary equipment. When one legendary material is valued at about 2,000 gems in the VIP shop, crafting the wrong accessory could cost you up to 120,000 gems worth of materials, and this is not something you want to do. So, what should you be crafting before you get access to all of the accessories in the KVK shop? In my opinion, there are only 3 worth it. The first is the Pendant of Eternal Night. This gives a 5% boost to skill damage. Whilst this might sound great, it is only one SOC march that you can run it on, and that is QSH. If you want to craft this piece, it is good and meta, but there are pieces that you should craft before it from the KVK shop. Second is Greatest Glory. This one gives a 5% boost to normal damage, which is really good for smite and combo commanders and anti-swarm garrisons and rallies. Often you are crafting this one, you are choosing between the Ring of Doom from the KVK shop. Both have their upsides. I believe Billux did a great breakdown on the exact pros and cons of each of these pieces, if you want to check that one out. The third and best pre-season of conquest legendary accessory is called Kerouac's War Drums. It has a 10% chance whenever you launch a basic attack to grant 50 rage to itself and 2 nearby allied troops. This will prioritize your own marches over allies, so more recently, running multiple drums has become one of the meta accessory builds. I'll touch on this more later. As well as this, it is, I believe, the cheapest legendary accessory to craft, costing only 100 materials when most cost 120, making it almost a budget option that can hit as hard as the full price version. Once you hit Season of Conquest, you get access to the KVK shop, where there are multiple new accessories that you didn't have access to before. Some of these are effectively must-have pieces on some marches, so if you don't have the materials to craft these ASAP, you should start saving for them, assuming that you have the 6 main pieces at legendary tier first. Despite so many pieces being opened up to you, there are only 4 that you should go for, and 2 of these have a more niche use case. First and most meta piece of gear is the Horn of Fury. In my opinion, for most players, this should be the first legendary accessory you craft. It gives you a 30% chance to gain 50 rage every basic attack, no strings attached, no cooldown. This is such an efficient rage engine and will massively improve your trades. 10 out of 10, best accessory in the game. Second accessory is the Ring of Doom. It gives you a 10% chance to gain a 50% bonus to damage dealt for 2 seconds, but on a cooldown of 5 seconds. The bonus is massive, and if you happen to get the bonus when you cast your active skills, you're going to deal some serious damage. However, you won't this most of the time, and this makes it slightly less effective than it could be. It is still very much meta though, and I will talk to you about the meta lineups after the next 2 accessories. Hero's Hilt does come in the egg event, but I've decided to talk about it here because its role is more niche. It gives you a 50% chance when you deal combo attack to gain 3% bonus to all types of combo attack damage for 5 seconds, and it stacks up to 5 times. This is great on a combo pairing that deals a lot of combo attacks, so like a pair like a GG Achilles shouldn't run it. Currently, the only pair that it can work on is Arthur Achilles because you need to have it stacked up to 15% at all time to make it better than the alternatives. However, with Ivan coming into the game, I think Arthur Ivan will be the best mark to put the hilt on because it does so many combo attacks. Vengeance is the final accessory I will talk about, and it too has a very niche role. It makes you deal 8% more counterattack damage, which can work well with anti-swarm rallies or garrisons, but I would not recommend this on the field. It is also pretty good as a city garrison accessory. Let's go over what the meta lineups are for accessories. There's 2 main meta lineups for accessories, and they are the ring build and the drums build. The ring build is where you'll put a Ring of Doom and a Horn of Fury on all of your meta marches. The Horn is so strong that every march apart from QSH should have it, as QSH doesn't need the extra rage. To build this lineup, first craft the Horn for all of your marches but QSH, put a ring on every march, and then put a pendant on QSH to finish it off. The other meta lineup is a drums build. This takes advantage of having multiple drums to stack up on rage and make your commanders cycle their skills faster to deal more damage. This will have a Horn and a Karax war drums on all of your marches apart from QSH. Again, craft your Horns first, then your drums. For this build, you will still put a ring on QSH, and if you want to go all the way, put a drums here as well, or if you want to take full advantage of QSH, you can put a pendant here instead. The other options are to go somewhere in the middle. If you want some drums for extra rage, but not the full drums build, then general rule is 3 drums for 4 or 5 marches, 2 for 3 or less, and 4 for 6 or 7 marches. Prioritize putting these drums on your combo cav marches or a Liuche infantry march for maximum effectiveness. On the rest of the marches, put ring Horn instead. You can also make use of the Hero's Hilt on your cav march that deals the most combo attacks. I would recommend using a ring or drums here instead. This is because the pity system on crafting means if you do 4 crafts without a crit, then the 5th craft is a guaranteed crit. So if you're running more of the same accessory, then you can hit 5 accessories and get a free guaranteed crit. I hope you found all the information that you need to make the correct choice for your accessories on your account. Remember, crafting the wrong legendary and dismantling it will cost you half of the materials, so make sure that you know what you are doing. My advice is to make a plan long term so you know exactly what to craft for the marches that you want to run in the future. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, hit that bell so that YouTube keeps you posted every time I save you valuable time, stress and money. Comment down below if you have any questions about your current accessory lineup and what to do with it, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!